The biggest troll in One Piece, Kizaru, is the first OG Admiral to go up against the Straw Hat Pirates. As Fujitora, we all know what happened to him in Dressrosa. He fell in love with Luffy and the guy was blind. And of course Greenbow, who was actually plotting on Luffy after the Kaido battle, got bitched in front of Luffy. Like, that was insane. But Red Hair Shanks that conquers Haki, it was hilarious too. So honestly, Kizaru is the first OG Admiral to really showcase what he's capable of, and I think he's gonna make the Admirals look good, unlike the two new Admirals in Fujitora and Greenbow. Now, I'm not saying Fujitora and Greenbow are bad Admirals. I'm just thinking they didn't have really an amazing showcase, kind of like Kizaru and Sabaody, Aokiji and Long Ring Long Island, and of course the Kainu and Marineford. They had some really good showcases, and I think Kizaru is to really put the respect back on the Admiral's name. One Piece is going down the route of every strong characters needs a power, or minimum at least a small power. Look at Katakuri with his Conqueror's Haki, his Observation Haki, Future Sight, and of course his Awakened Delphin ability, the Mochi Mochi no Mi. Then there's King, who was an ancient Zoan, but add on to the fact that he was also part of the special race, the Lunarian race, giving him a boost. Then of course there's Zoro with his Advanced Conqueror's Haki, Demon Hell Mode, King of Hell Mode. That was insane. And of course Sanji, how he defeated Queen with his exoskeleton and his strong Armor Haki combined, giving him the blue flames that were the hottest flames you've seen Sanji ever use. So I feel like people gotta understand that. So honestly, it makes sense for him to be the first awakened Logia user showcase. And as I believe Blackbeard will be the last awakened Logia, as he is darkness, then people ask the very important question: why didn't Big Mom awaken, especially fighting awakened characters like Law, awakened characters like Eustace Kid, who, let's be honest here, she is incredibly powerful. But honestly, I'm going down the route is maybe she just didn't need it. Maybe Big Mom just didn't need awakening. You know, at a young age, she was incredibly powerful, incredibly strong, one-shotting bears at the age of 5. And of course, she has an OP Delphin ability in the Soul Fruit. And then of course, she also has Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Maybe she just didn't need awakening to be that Yonko level. Then there's a question of why didn't Kaido awaken, as he's the strongest creature alive, and he fought Luffy and awakened mythical Zoan Nika and spoke about it. He even spoke about how Luffy's Delphin ability is awakened, and obviously the fact that he's a mythical Zoan, people might think maybe he awakened his fruit like Luffy. Luffy was the Gomu Gomu no Mi and he awakened to Nika. Maybe Kaido was a different fruit and he awakened to that mythical Zoan dragon form. That's the speculation there. Awaken could have something different to it when it comes to mythical Zoans, but honestly, let's be honest here, Kaido, he also didn't need awakening, as he's an Oni, and that was talked about with the Yamato fight. Like, honestly, Kaido, his Advanced Conqueror's Haki, he had Future Sight, he had all these advancements of Haki, and he had a crazy mythical Zone Delphin. Maybe he just also didn't need awakening like Big Mom, but we'll never know until we get confirmation. Now, I want to mention that the Logia awakening has been teased with 5 characters in this series. The first character I have to talk about is Portgas D. Ace in Drum Kingdom. When Ace actually shows up to Drum Kingdom, it stops snowing. Now, do I think Ace was awakened? No, but I definitely believe it was teased, because everyone's going through a speculation of how Gear 4th was a tease of the mythical Zone Nika. I think Ace about a tease that he was on the brink of awakening his Delphin ability with that showcase in Drum Kingdom. Then of course there's also the later arc in Alabasta, the end of Alabasta. Of course, Crocodile was knocked out and it started raining. Now of course, Crocodile is the first character to ever talk about awakening in Impel Down, so people are connecting maybe Crocodile was using awakening in Alabasta and that's why it wasn't be able to rain. I think Ace and Crocodile were the definition of Gear 4th Luffy, where they're close to awakening but they're just not there yet. But I truly believe the next 2 characters in Akainu, the Fleet Admiral, and Aokiji, the man who joined Blackbeard, former Admiral, in Punk Hazard, how they changed the entire environment and fought for 10 days, they had to have used awakening in this battle, and I think they were the first Logia awakenings to actually put an emphasis on it. But still, these 4 characters, Ace, Crocodile, Aokiji, and Akainu, still had no confirmation. And then the 5th character is Monkey D. Dragon, the father to Monkey D. Luffy and son to Monkey D. Garp, who's about to attack Blackbeard, and Luffy might go up at right now with Kizaru. Dragon saved Luffy in Locktown, and there was a storm. Of course, we all know in the ASL flashback when he saved the people of Grand Terminal, there was wind that he saved them with, and people are thinking he has the wind Logia Delphin ability. Like, honestly, if he does have the wind, it wouldn't shock me, because there's the Force Logia Delphin ability in Greenbow. So the Logias are still how did I say this? When it comes to the Paramecian Zone, have a special place in Ichiro Oda's heart, the man who made One Piece. Now, I do want to say this: every first awakening Luffy has faced is a pre-timeskip character with built up. Of course, there's Doflamingo and his Paramecian awakening Dressrosa. He was built up since Jaya, when of course the whole situation with Bellamy. Then of course is Rob Lucci from Enies Lobby in Water 7, and we all know what happened in Egghead Island. He was in Awakened Zone, and you saw the flames behind him. So honestly, it wouldn't surprise me that a pre-timeskip character will be the first Logia awakening showcase, honestly, when it comes to opponents that Luffy has dealt with. Then of course is what Vegapunk recently said about Logias. He's like, Logias is the hardest to replicate, and it looks like he hasn't even replicated Logia Adulthood abilities. And that's foreshadowing to me, because there's some crazy Logia awakening to be showcased and even built up. Like characters like Akainu, the Red Dog, and Blackbeard, Marshall D. Teach are final saga villains who both have Logia Adulthood abilities. So while also hyping up the protagonists, when it comes to Sabo and Monkey D. Dragon as their protagonist characters, I believe there's still hype for Akainu and Blackbeard. I think Kizaru will be the perfect character to showcase the awakening for Logias, as he's on Egghead Island. He has all these fleet within the Marines, and honestly, they're making emphasis on waiting for the Marines. So I think Kizaru versus Luffy, the hype would be real. Honestly, we saw the teaser in Film Red when he comes to him fighting Shanks and his Logia ability, and he kind of got punked when Shanks was speed blitzing him in Film Red. So honestly, I think Kizaru is the character, and I think he'll bring some crazy hype to his character. Honestly, I think Kizaru is about to do some crazy stuff. But all in all, like I said, the first look at the Logia awakening, I think it's going to be Kizaru, or you can call him Borsalino. And I think there's going to be more awakenings like Elbaf. I think Greenbow's going to awaken his Force Human Fruit in Elbaf. And I think in the end of the story, we have Akainu and Blackbeard waiting with their Logias, with also Sabo and maybe even Monkey D. Dragon. So I thought I'd make this video on Kizaru because he's a very relevant character recently in the One Piece manga. So I thought I'd discuss it before the window is closed, because I think that we're going to see the Logia awakening sooner than we thought. And Vegapunk is going to be commenting like how he was commenting on Luffy vs Lucci. He's going to be commenting on the Logia Adulthood abilities in Kizaru, because we have to understand Kizaru also is the laser that the pacifisters were using, and it looks like Kizaru has some sort of connection with Vegapunk. So honestly, the hype is real. And that recent chapter was talking about a character that was an ally with Vegapunk. It might be Smoker. It might be Smoker. And if Smoker awakened his Adulthood ability with the help of Vegapunk, yo, all hell's gonna break loose, and the hype will be real. But that's my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts down in the comments down below. I love One Piece, and the story is so amazing. Like and share if you enjoyed, like and share only if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.